Hey, what's going on, guys? Sean here, living the corporate pilot life. It is Tuesday, so time for a quick tech video. I just had a little discussion with somebody, and I want to really stress a certain point for you guys, that these tech videos we do for you guys are just for reference only. Please don't use these for training purposes. This is not intended for training because we really don't go into the in-depth knowledge that's necessary to operate one of these airplanes. This is just to kind of give you guys an idea of what we're talking about during certain phases of flight. So the one that you guys have been asking for a lot is the engine sync. What is it? What does it do? Why is it on? Why is it off? Whatever. So I'm going to cover that today. Let me show you guys the switches for it. All right, here's the overhead panel for the G-IV. If you zoom in right up here, that right there, engine sync, on off, HP LP. That's what we're talking about when we use engine sync. All engine sync does is it gets the RPM for the HP turbine or the LP turbine, or the N1 or N2, if you will. They get those to spin exactly the same RPM to minimize the noise in the airplane. If you've taken off in a jet, sometimes you may have noticed a kind of a droning noise, a kind of wah, 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 that kind of noise. That's because the engines aren't spinning at exactly the same RPM. So when we turn that on, it syncs those up and it makes that noise go away. It really reduces the noise, it reduces fatigue, it really reduces jet lag as well for the long term. When we do these long flights, if you have to hear that for 8 or 9 hours straight, it really gets on your nerves. So we just use that as a comfort kind of thing for the passengers. And I'll show you the RPM gauges where we can reference them. All right, right here, center panel on the top, that display shows us all the engine stuff. Here's the LP or N1, and then the HP or N2 RPM. So when we turn that on, we're going to use either HP or LP. Usually we use the LP because it has the big fan associated with it. So we're going to look for the LP numbers to be exactly the same. And then you'll notice that the noise kind of goes away. Obviously you guys can't really hear that noise through the camera system, but the passengers certainly hear the difference. So that's it, pretty simple. The reason that we have to have it off for takeoff and landing is because if one of the engines were to fail and it's on, the other engine may try and sync to it and reduce RPM to match that RPM. So we don't want that to happen at low altitude, like a takeoff or a landing, when we really need every bit of power during an engine failure situation. So yeah, we always have it off for takeoff and landing. That's a requirement from Gulfstream. Once we're up in cruise, or at least in the climb out phase of the flight, then we can turn it on. The checklist calls for it to come on and off as appropriate, so we use it as the checklist calls for it. So that's it. Hopefully you guys learned a little something. Give me the thumbs up, give me the subscribe if you're new. We'll do another tech video next week. Hopefully we'll see you guys later. Keep living the corporate pilot life.